Welcome back to Cardinal Run Park in Lexington, Kentucky for more baseball action. And today's game is between Feed the Trees from Eastern Little League here in Lexington and the Bluegrass 12U Rangers. I'm Doug Barnett, and I'll be with you for this titanic struggle between two Little League organizations here in Lexington, Kentucky. And it looks like the umpires are ready to start this one. Nolan Lowe's going to be on the mound for Bluegrass to start the game. And it looks like Hayden Ward's going to be the catcher for Bluegrass. Been a long day of baseball here at Cardinal Run Park. And it looks like we have, as our starting lineup for Feed the Trees from Eastern Little League. Be leading off with Harbor McCauley, number 18. Kingston Hudspeth, number 1, and Max Fletcher, number 8, will be the first three batters for the team from the other side of town. The Eastern team wearing red uniforms with blue helmets. And this one is underway. First delivery from Lowe is going to be a swing and a miss by number 18, Harbor McCauley. Strike one. The second pitch is going to be a little bit high. 1-1. Lowe throws that ball inside. McCauley swings at it, fouls it off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lowe delivers the next pitch. Outside, 2-2. Lowe delivers the next pitch. It is inside and low, and it gets away from our catcher. Three balls, 2 strikes, full count. And that's going to be strike 3 as that ball was at the knees. And we have one away. Nolan Lowe has 1 strikeout so far. The post batter struck out. Brings us to Kingston Hudspeth, number 1. Hudspeth steps in. Takes the post pitch from Lowe as a strike. Lowe's second offering. Going to be strike 2. Hits the outside corner of the plate. So Hudspeth's down 2-0. 2-0 rather. I'm sorry. And Hudspeth swings at that one, misses, and that's going to be the second strikeout for Lowe in the inning. And we're up to the third batter in the order now for Feed the Trees, Max Fletcher. Fletcher wearing number 8. Awaiting the pitch from Lowe. Lowe throws the ball, and that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 1. Fletcher fouls that one off on the third base side. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Just underway here at Cardinal Run Park between the Rangers and Feed the Trees. That's going to be a ball on the outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fletcher awaits the pitch. Swings. That's going to be a foul ball in the outfield on third base side. Fletcher hit that one a ways, but it was foul. As of right now, Nolan Lowe's on 13 pitches, 9 of them strikes. And he throws this next pitch down the heart of the plate for strike 3 looking. Fletcher strikes out looking. That will retire the side after half an inning. Feed the Trees 0. Bluegrass coming to bat. This game's being brought to you today by the Bluegrass Rangers Baseball Club here in Lexington, Kentucky, stationed here at Cardinal Run Park in Lexington. If you'd like to know more about Bluegrass Rangers and the organization and some things that they do here for the kids in the community, please check bluegrassrangers.com, or better yet, come on out to Cardinal Run Park from 6 to 9 p.m. on July the 24th for an informational session, and there'll be some games for the kids. Some coaches here for the Rangers will be here. Rangers go all the way from multiple age groups here at Cardinal Run Park, and if you'd like to find out some information about tryouts, registration, things of that nature, come on out on July the 24th. Tomorrow I'll be back with you for more baseball action as the Bluegrass Little League 13U AllStars, which just won the State Intermediate 50-70 Championship, will be in action against 2 teams tomorrow. That team will be leaving for Iowa to play in the Little League Intermediate Regional Tournament. That will be taking place in Iowa between July 16th and July 20th. There'll be at least 13 other teams up there, multiple states in this central region. The Bluegrass 13Us won 2 games to win the state tournament. They beat Henry County in a thrilling game, and then they beat Nelson County going away to secure the championship for Bluegrass Little League. We'll have that game here streaming for you tomorrow. If you'd like to come out and watch some really good baseball in action, I'm sure the 13Us would greatly appreciate any and all support. Matthew Smith's going to lead it off for the Rangers here in the bottom of the first inning. That ball's going to be outside, ball 1. That ball is a strike. Fletcher throws a strike on the outside corner of the plate, so it's going to be a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Fletcher readies, delivers the pitch. Ball 2, misses the outside corner of that plate. Smith awaits the delivery of the pitch. Here it comes. That ball's high. 3-1 to Matthew Smith. Fletcher gets a sign from his catcher. Readies, fires. Ball 4, low. So Matthew Smith will walk, and he'll be the first run of the ball game for either team. That brings us up to Micah Hughes batting in the second spot. Micah had 3 hits in the last game against the Bowling Green Elite. And let's see what he can do here. Awaits the pitch from Fletcher. Micah takes the first pitch and hits it foul past the first base line. Chased by a couple of the defenders for Feed the Trees here. And a diving catch is not made. 0-1 to Micah. Micah awaits Fletcher's second delivery. That ball is down the middle of the plate. Micah pops it up to the right fielder. The right fielder makes a clean catch. Micah's retired for the first time today in either game, so that's the first out. Smith still at first, 1 away. Brings us back to Nolan Rowe. Fletcher's first pitch to Rowe. Swing and a miss. Ball down the heart of the plate. Strike 1. Rangers wearing, again, the green shirts with the Ranger logo on the sleeve. Lowe hits that one into right center field. Bounces off the wall. Number 30 grabs it, throws it back into second base. Second baseman runs it back into the infield, delivers it back to Fletcher, the pitcher, and we have runners on second and third, as that will be a double for Nolan Rowe. Great hit, great awareness, great base running awareness right there. And Bluegrass is making some noise here in their part of the first inning. Hayden Ward now comes up to the plate. 2 on, 1 out. Ward awaits the delivery from Fletcher. Swings and misses. First strike on Hayden. Fletcher readies, fires. That ball is hit into center field by Hayden Ward. Goes to the wall. Center fielder grabs it, throws it back in. Retrieved by the second baseman. 2 runs cross. Smith scores. Lowe scores. Those will be the first 2 runs of the ball game. Excellent, excellent hit right there by Hayden Ward. That brings us to Hagan Buckingham. Buckingham hit a grand slam in the last game against the Bowling Green Elite. And he awaits a pitch from Fletcher. Fletcher throws. 55-mile-per-hour pitch, ball 1. Buckingham awaits his second pitch from Fletcher. Fletcher throws that, hits the outside corner, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on second. And Ward's got good speed at second base. Fletcher throws. Buckingham delivers. Hits that ball in the left field. Falls in front of the left fielder. That's going to be a base hit. And Buckingham is on again here in the afternoon for his first hit of this ball game. Good single right there and good base running as that moves Ward from second to third base. 2 on, 1 out. And that brings us back to Tucker Oakley. Oakley takes the first pitch and swings at it. Strike 1. Oh, that next ball hits Oakley right in the head and the helmet. That's, folks, is why you wear a batting helmet when you're playing baseball. Bases loaded on the hit by pitch. And that brings us down to Thomas Zalowski, the number 7th hitter for Bluegrass. Zalowski's got a chance to get some RBIs here at the 2-0 lead. Ward at third. Buckingham at second. Ball gets away from the catcher on that pitch. Ward will easily score standing up. Buckingham moves to third. Oakley moves to second. First base is now empty. Score is now 3-0. 1 ball to Zalowski. Zalowski awaits on the second pitch. Swings and misses. Ball one. Strike one on a 1-1 count. Zalowski takes that pitch, gets away from the catcher. That's going to be ball 2. Buckingham will score on the passed ball. Oakley will move to third base. It is 4-0 here in the home half of the first inning. 2 balls, 1 strikes to Zalowski. That is going to be a foul ball by inches. That ball just went right over the third baseman, went right over Oakley's head, who's standing on third base, and barely ended up being foul. If that ball stayed foul, Oakley scores easily, and Zalowski probably stands up with a double. 2-2. Fletcher delivers. Zalowski hits that ball to first base, gets by the first baseman. Oakley will score, and Zalowski will get an RBI and a hit out of that one. So we are now having a 5-0 score in the home half of the first inning. That brings us to Bryce Johnson. Bryce hit the ball very well in the last game against Bowling Green Elite. Had a couple of hits against Bowling Green. Fletcher throws. That ball ends up on the right side of the first base coach for a foul ball. Ricochets off some fencing there by the bullpen area. Strike one. Zalowski at first. One ball, 1 strike. Struck the ball across the plate on the outside corner. Zalowski at first. Johnson takes the pitch. High, ball 2. 2-1 to count Johnson now. Got a pretty good crowd to watch this game. Fletcher throws. Misses on the inside. I beg your pardon. Hits on the inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fletcher throws. That ball's going to be barely inside, full count. Catcher throws down to first base. Zalowski gets back. Full count, 1 out, 1 on. Fletcher delivers. Ball is low. Ball 4. Johnson gets on with a walk. He's on first base. Zalowski is on second base. And here comes the 9th batter of the inning, Jaden Patterson. Patterson has an opportunity to advance the runners here with just one out. And it looks like Feed the Trees from Eastern has changed around the order in the outfield. Fletcher throws that ball to Patterson, and the pitch is taken for a strike. Patterson has thrown. I don't have a pitch count for him, but Patterson now has taken strike 2. 0-2 count with 2 runners on in the bottom half of the first. 5-0 Rangers. That ball's in the dirt for ball 1. Runner still remains, second and first. Fletcher delivers the pitch, fouled off down the first base side. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Patterson staying alive here. If it's anywhere from the crowd, urging him to hit the ball. Fletcher delivers. Hits the ball. And the first offering by Lowe to number 44, Graham Duncan, is a ball. The second pitch to Duncan is strike one. Duncan started the game at third base. Lowe throws that ball, and it hits right in between Matthew Smith's legs, bounces away from him at first base, and the ball goes into the outfield, and that will be a hit for Graham Duncan. So Duncan aboard. And here comes Banks Wilkinson, number 23, into the batter's box. That will be strike one. Lowe gets the sign, delivers, and that ball is to the outside, hits the backstop. That will allow Graham Duncan to get to second base easily. One ball, one strike to Wilkinson. Wilkinson swings an inside pitch, misses. One ball, two strikes. High to Wilkinson. Two balls, two strikes. Runner on second. Lowe throws that ball, hits the inside of the plate. Called strike three. Wilkinson strikes out. He's the first out of the inning. Here comes Tony Bruggeman. Tony started the game at catcher today for Feed the Trees from Eastern. Lowe throws that ball down the middle of the plate. Strike one. Still have a runner at second base. Lowe delivers. That ball hits the backstop. Ward gathers it behind home plate. Duncan moves over to third. Lowe readies, fires, strike. Ward fakes the throw to third base. Hughes is there. Throw was not made. One ball, two strikes on Bruggeman. Lowe delivers. Bruggeman steps back, hits the ball to the first base side. Matthew Smith catches the ball in foul territory at first base. Two away now for Feed the Trees as Tanner Smith, number 99, comes to bat. Tanner gets encouragement from the crowd. Lowe delivers the first pitch to Tanner Smith for a ball. Lowe shakes off two pitches. That ball is hit straight to Lowe. Lowe runs the ball all the way over to first base himself. And that will end the inning with a runner on third base. So after 1.5, no runs come across for Feed the Trees. Score remains Rangers 6, Feed the Trees 0. And we're back at Cardinal Run Park. Matthew Smith steps into the batter's box for the bottom of the second inning. Takes the first offering and hits it foul. New pitcher for Feed the Trees, number 23, Banks Wilkinson. And his first pitch was a strike to Smith. Smith hits the second pitch, and it's going to be ruled a foul ball. Looks like it hit on the outside of the painted white line here at Cardinal Run Park. Wasn't foul by much, but it gives Matthew Smith another at-bat. Ball one on that one. That one, I believe, gets away from the pitcher. The next offering there from the pitcher is a ball, 2-2. Pitcher throws the ball, and Smith will foul that one off. That foul went on the third base side. So Smith's now got a 2-2 count. Wilkinson awaits the sign from his catcher. Readies, fires. Smith hits a high pop-up foul, which will be caught by the third baseman for Feed the Trees. Great awareness of where the fence was on that foul ball. And that will be the first out of the inning, and that will bring up Micah Hughes. Micah popped out in the first inning, but he hits that one, and oh wow, what a play right there by the catcher, by the pitcher Wilkinson. He makes a diving grab, grabs that ball almost no look right there as he hops off the mound to do it. What a play right there, and that probably robs Hughes of a hit right there with that being a slow ball in the infield. Nolan Rowe comes out, awaiting the pitch from Wilkinson, and Lowe swings and misses, strike one. Wilkinson throws, hits the outside corner, strike two. 0-2 to Lowe, with 2 outs and nobody aboard. Lowe hits that ball into the outfield, goes into right field. He beats out any type of throw that could be made. It just hit the lip of the infield outfield area right there, right as the dirt and the grass collide. Lowe's aboard. That will bring up Hayden Ward. Lowe on first is the base runner. He'll be moving on any contact. And that's strike one to Ward. Wilkinson gets the sign, delivers the pitch. Ball's in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Lowe easily gets to second base, round second base. Throw back to the pitcher, sends Lowe back to second. Lowe swings and misses at that pitch delivered by Wilkinson, so we have a 1-ball, 2-strike count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Wilkinson delivers the next pitch, fouled away. That foul ball hits harmlessly off the backstop toward third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, Lowe on second base as the runner for the Rangers. That ball bounces away from the catcher. That's going to be the second ball of the at-bat for Ward. Lowe will easily get to third base standing up. Ward ends up fouling that pitch off against the backstop. And I, for one, am thankful for the backstop. Wilkinson throws. Ward pops that one high in the infield, and Wilkinson will catch that ball as he comes off the mound. The inning is over. Lowe gets stranded over on third base. No runs come across. No runs, one hit. Score going into the third inning. Bluegrass Rangers 6, Feed the Trees from Eastern 0. All right, welcome back to Cardinal Run Park for the third inning of this Titanic struggle. And Feed the Trees is up to bat. And this will be Hank Watts, number 13, for Feed the Trees. And he swings and misses at the first pitch from Bluegrass's new pitcher, Tucker Oakley. Oakley throws the second offering to Hank Watts, and Watts fouls that off. 0-2 to Watts. Oakley gets his sign, winds up, pitches, and that's going to be strike three looking. One away, and that brings up Tyler Davis. Tyler started the game in right field for Feed the Trees. Oakley delivers, strike one swinging. Tyler gets back in, gets some encouragement. Oakley throws the next ball high and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oakley delivers the next pitch. That's going to be outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tyler looks determined. Oakley throws. That ball is in the dirt. May have hit the umpire on the bounce back up. That's why padding exists for both umpires and catchers. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Oakley sets, throws. That's going to be a walk on a high ball. So ball 4 to Tyler Davies, and that brings up Owen Denon. Owen's wearing number 6 tonight. And he awaits the first pitch from Oakley. That's going to be high, ball one. Runner on first base, one out. Owen fouls that one back against the screen, 1-1. Owen fouls that one down the third base line. The coach steps over the ball as it comes toward him at the third base coaching box. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, Owen gets hit square in the back with that pitch from Oakley. That has to hurt because that's right there at the spine near the bottom of the back where he got hit. He takes a slow walk down to first base, given a high five by Matthew Smith of the Rangers, who's the first baseman, and given a high five from his coach at first base. And the young man looks like he is still in a little bit of pain with that ball hitting him. That's always tough to get hit in the pitch right in that area of the back. That gives Feed the Trees a base runner at first base with 1 out. And that brings us back to Harbor McCauley. McCauley squares up to bunt. Ball gets away from Ward. Runner advances to second easily, so we have runners on second and third. 1 out. And a ball 1, 0 strike count to McCauley. That's a strike on the outside corner. Ward fakes the throw to third base to keep Tyler Davies honest over there at third base. Oakley's next pitch is high and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Top of the third inning, and it looks like Oakley may have either gotten dirt in his eyes or something. Something is causing some consternation here. We have a stoppage in play. All right, McCauley steps back into the batter's box. Umpire says play. Ball is outside and high. 3 balls, 1 strike to McCauley. Oakley throws. Full count, as that ball was a strike down the heart of the plate. And Oakley walks McCauley. Ball 4, outside. Bases loaded here for Feed the Trees. And we're going to have a mound visit by Coach Lowe to deliver a headband to Tyler Oakley. Oakley may have been bothered with his hair or his cap. Let's see if the headband brings some good luck here. That leads us to Kingston Hudspeth. Oakley's first pitch to Hudspeth's ball 1. 1-0 to Hudspeth with the bases loaded. Oakley throws, strike down the heart of the plate, 1-1. Got a full village of players from Feed the Trees on the base paths right now. Oakley's pitch is outside, 2-1. Oakley delivers that pitch. It's low for a ball, gets away from Ward. And Tyler Davies will score from third base. The other runners advance one base. 6-1. Bluegrass still on top. But Feed the Trees is threatening to score more on a 3-1 count here to Hudspeth. Oakley throws the ball. Hudspeth fouls it off behind him against the screen. Full count. Runners on second and third for Feed the Trees from Eastern. And Hudspeth swings and misses at a ball thrown outside. 2 outs. And this will bring Max Fletcher back up to the plate. Fletcher started the game as pitcher for Feed the Trees. And now he's got an excellent opportunity to help his team by getting a few RBIs here. The first pitch from Oakley to Fletcher is a strike on the inside. 0 balls, 1 strike to Fletcher. Fletcher awaits the pitch, straight down the middle from Oakley. 0 balls, 2 strikes. Oakley shakes off the first pitch, delivers from the side. Pass ball. And Fletcher strikes out on that pitch. Inning is over. And the score, Bluegrass Rangers 6, Feed the Trees 2. Bottom of the third coming up. We're back at Cardinal Run Park for the bottom half of the third inning. Buckingham comes up to the plate for the Rangers, who are ahead 6-2. And the first pitch to Buckingham is to the shortstop. Little pop fly to the shortstop, Max Fletcher. That will be an out as Fletcher makes the catch. Wilkinson, number 23, is back for another inning of pitching. And Oakley, who just pitched for Bluegrass, will now be the batter. Wilkinson delivers the first pitch to Oakley, and it will be fouled and caught by the third baseman in foul territory on a great defensive play right there by number 44, Graham Duncan, at third base, to recognize that was going to be catchable in foul ground. Zakowski's up now for the Rangers. Zakowski fouls the ball. Oh, great effort right there by the catcher to try to come down with that ball. He made a diving play. That's Tony Bruggeman. Made a great play to try to catch that ball. Was unable to do it, but that was just massive hustle right there. That's what you want to see right there. The next pitch by Wilkinson is now going to be a ball, so it's going to be a 1-ball-1-strike count to Zakowski. Zakowski waits for the next offering, and it is a pitch outside, which Zakowski swings and misses at. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That's going to be a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Zakowski down to his final strike of the inning. And that is going to be strike 3 looking for Zakowski. And that inning ends quickly for Bluegrass, but they're still ahead 6-2 going into the top of the 4th. Number 13, Tucker Oakley, will be back for his second inning of work today. In the previous inning, Oakley threw 28 pitches, 14 strikes. 2 runs crossed the plate while he was pitching. Neither of those runs were owned, which means they either got by through defensive miscues or pass ball, something of that nature. He struck out 3, and he walked 2. Oakley's predecessor, Nolan Lowe, threw 28 pitches for 19 strikes, gave up 1 hit, and struck out 4. So Bluegrass pitchers have had a total of 7 strikeouts today between them. And the pitchers for Feed the Trees have struck out 1 batter of the Bluegrass Rangers. Oakley delivers the first pitch to Graham Duncan, and that is a ball. Oh, that's a strike, rather. Oakley throws the second pitch. Duncan swings and misses. 0-2. Oakley delivers the pitch. Looks like a cove ball that didn't really cove very well. Sometimes that happens. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Graham Duncan. Duncan waits on the pitch, hits the ball into right field. Bryce Johnson is there in right field to catch it. 1 away. And this will bring up Banks Wilkinson, who is currently the pitcher for Feed the Trees from Eastern. Oakley gathers his sign, delivers the pitch, low, ball 1. Oakley delivers, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Banks Wilkinson. Oakley delivers the pitch. Wilkinson hits it to second base. And second baseman is not able to cleanly field the ball. I believe that was Patterson. Jaden Patterson was not able to cleanly field the ball at that point. That's a hard hit ball, so this age that's hard to do sometimes. Regardless, Wilkinson's on, and that brings up Tanner Smith. Smith hits the ball. Oh, I'm sorry, that brings up Bruggeman. Bruggeman hits the ball to the shortstop who throws him out. Inning is over. No runs, one hit. One left on base. Heading to the home half of the fourth inning with the score. Bluegrass Rangers 6, Feed the Trees from Eastern 2. All right, we're back at Cardinal Run Park for the home half of the fourth inning. Bluegrass Rangers currently lead 6-2 over Feed the Trees from Eastern. Bryce Johnson is coming up to the plate for Bluegrass Rangers to be the first batter of the fourth inning for the Rangers. It appears Banks Wilkinson will still continue to pitch for Feed the Trees. Johnson settles in. Wilkinson delivers the first pitch for a ball outside. Johnson awaits the pitch. Grounds the ball to shortstop. Shortstop fields the ball easily to the first baseman. Tanner Smith has it over at first base, and Bryce Johnson is retired. One away. And that brings up Jaden Patterson, the number 9 batter for Bluegrass. Yep. First ball from Wilkinson to Patterson's a strike. Patterson falls in an 0-1 hole. Patterson hits that ball to right field, and the right fielder runs and catches that ball. Textbook catch right there by the right fielder. He waited long enough to determine where the ball was going, made his footwork good, and ended up catching that ball on the fly and made that look easy. Great play by that young man in right field. 2 away for Matthew Smith. Smith takes the first pitch as a ball out high and outside. Smith scored a run and walked in this game. And Smith will hit that ball into the gap between first and second, and he will be safe as the right fielder alertly picks up the ball and tries to throw him out at first base. Smith had great speed and ended up beating that throw out. So that's going to be a base hit for Smith. Micah Hughes is back to the plate for his third at-bat of the game. Hasn't been on base in this game. He had 3 hits in the last one. Hughes has an opportunity here with 2 outs to advance the runner. Wilkinson throws. Hughes swings and misses on a ball that's thrown outside. Patterson ends up at second base on the ball that ends up at the backstop. 0 balls, 1 strikes to Hughes. Hughes awaits the pitch from Wilkinson, and Hughes hits it, and that goes over the shortstop's head, and that will score a run. Patterson will score on a slide. Comes around from second base. Score is now 7-2 Rangers. Micah Hughes will get his first hit of the game and an RBI, and that was a solid hit. Not much defense can do on that one. That was a solid hit. Here comes Nolan Lowe back up to the plate. Lowe was the starting pitcher in the game. He's been moved around a couple other positions since. Awaiting the offering from Wilkinson. Lowe steps out, asks for time. Everybody resets. Everybody gets ready. Everybody ready to wait for this pitch. Pitch comes, and Lowe swings and misses. Ball gets away from the catcher. And Micah Hughes will be standing on second base. Oh, that was foul ball. Was it? Oh! I believe that Micah thought that was a foul ball. I did too. I thought it was a foul tip as well. Micah decided to run back to first base, and he ended up getting tagged out, going back to second. Had to be a miscommunication there, either on the parts of the coaches or the runner, or maybe both, or maybe everybody, or maybe somebody didn't see something. I sure didn't see it. Fooled me as well. Although that's not hard to do to fool me. I'm pretty easy to fool. My cat suckered me out of 2 breakfasts this morning. And they seem to enjoy it. Nevertheless, the inning's over with Micah getting tagged out at second base. Going to the top of the 5th. With the score, Rangers 7, Feed the Trees from Eastern 2. All right, we're back at Cardinal Run Park. Oakley looks like he is delivering the first pitch. Appeal down to the first base umpire, and it's ball 1. Tanner Smith's the batter here for Feed the Trees from Eastern. And Smith swings and misses at the second offering from Tanner Oakley. Oakley today has pitched 2 innings, given up 1 hit, struck out 3. The next pitch, ball. 2 balls, 1 strike here in the top of the 5th inning. Oakley delivers the pitch, and that's going to be a strike on the outside corner. 2-2. Smith needs to protect here. Ball in the dirt. Full count. Oakley has thrown 38 pitches for 21 strikes. That's going to be strike 3 as Tanner Smith watches that one hit the outside corner of the plate. Umpire says it's a strike. That's the first out of the inning. And that will be Oakley's 4th strikeout of the game. Hank Watts is back. And Hank swings at the first offering from Oakley. It was low. He swings, misses. Strike 1. Oakley looks determined out there. Shakes off his catcher twice. Delivers the ball. That ball comes close to hitting Hank Watts. It's inside, 1-1. Oakley delivers. Pitch 3 to Watts. His hat falls off. And that's going to be ball 2, low and outside. This will be Oakley's 45th pitch right here. And that's going to be count 3 balls, 1 strike. Oh, Oakley hits Watts on that one. It would have been ball 4 in any event. And Coach Lowe is going to go out and have a talk with his pitcher. And it looks like we are going to have a pitching change. Oakley's going to go to center field. And in comes, I believe that's going to be Maxwell Smith. Or Matthew Smith, rather. It is. Matthew Smith's going to be the new pitcher for the Rangers. Oakley exits and goes to center field. Oakley threw 47 pitches for 24 strikes. Struck out 4. Gave up 1 hit. Walked 2. Tyler Davies is up for Feed the Trees Eastern. Once Oakley gets his warm-up, tosses in. And again, let's thank our good friends over at Bluegrass Rangers Baseball Club. Have teams available for tryouts to happen soon. If you'd like to know more about Bluegrass Rangers Baseball Club, check them out on bluegrassrangers.com or come on out to Cardinal Run Park July 24th for a information night. There'll be coaches here available to answer any questions, be able to find out more about the league, and there'll be events for the kids. So come on out on July 24th, 6 to 9 here at Cardinal Run Park. Matthew Smith is now the new pitcher for the Bluegrass Rangers. And his first pitch, he'll be rocketed back up the middle of the field, gets past the second baseman. That will be a base hit for Tyler Davies. Runners are now on first and second for Feed the Trees. And number 6, Owen Denon, is back on the bat. In the last inning, Owen ended up scoring a run. Smith delivers. First pitch gets away from Ward. It's going to be ball 1. Runners advance 1 base. So now we have runners on second and third. One out here in the top of the 5th. Feed the Trees. Threatening. That's going to be 2-0, high and outside. And Owen here has a chance to do some damage here with his bat. Score a couple of runs. And that is going to be a fair ball as it barely hits inside the field of play. That will score both runs from the field. And Owen has a double, knocks in two. A one-out double for Owen Denon, which will score 2 runs. So it's now 7-4 Bluegrass. And we're back to the top of the order. Harbor McCauley. Runner on second base, 1 out. And that's going to be a ball high, says the umpire. 1 ball, 0 strikes, 1 out, runner on second base. Smith throws, Ward catches. Low and outside, 2 balls, 0 strikes. Pretty good crowd here at Cardinal Run Park for this titanic struggle between 2 crosstown teams. As Smith's next pitch is a ball, 3-0. And in this situation, unless it's straight over the plate, you're going to probably watch this ball go by to see if he can throw you a strike. And that's exactly what happens in that situation. McCauley lets it go. Smith throws a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Smith delivers. That's going to be ball 4. McCauley walks. Hudspeth's back to bat, the number 2 batter in the order for Feed the Trees. Runners on first and second with 1 out here in the 5th. And Feed the Trees is threatening to score some more here in this 5th inning. High ball, says the umpire. Seven to 4, Rangers on top. Hudspeth knocks that ball back toward the pitcher. I believe it does hit Smith, but it ends up in the outfield. Bases loaded as Hudspeth gets a hit. That's a solid hit right there, and that's a hard play to defend against. Bases now loaded for Max Fletcher. And that goes flying over third base. That happened to be left by Hudspeth. Can't play with an extra bat on the field. That'd be bad. Infield in for the Rangers with the bases loaded and 1 out. And that's going to be strike 1 on the outside. Fletcher saw that pitch, let it go for a strike. That's going to be a ball low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. A whole city full of Feed the Trees players on the base paths. And Fletcher hits that ball. It's a chopper up the middle of the field. And that will score 1. Oakley throws the ball directly to Ward at catcher. That's going to be a base hit for Fletcher. 7-5 Rangers, and Feed the Trees are threatening to score some more. Graham Duncan's back. Number 44 has already gotten 1 hit today, and he can do some major damage here. Infield in again. Ball 1 out, strike 1 rather. Smith raise, delivers, ball. 1 ball, 1 strikes to count to Graham Duncan. Smith delivers. Duncan fouls that one back against the backstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And again, I am thankful for that backstop as I am sitting behind it. Smith fires. Ball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded. 1 out in the 5th. Feed the Trees down by 2. Smith delivers. And that is a curveball that is hit into the outfield. It is caught by the left fielder. And the runner at third tags up and scores. And it will be 7-6 now. Rangers over Feed the Trees. With 2 outs. And with 2 outs, even though third base is not occupied and second and first are, infield fly rule will not be in effect because you got to own that third out. And Smith's first pitch to Wilkinson is a ball. 1-0 to Wilkinson with runners on second and first. And that's going to be ball 2 as Wilkinson showed bunt. Smith fires. And Wilkinson fouls that ball back. 2 balls, 1 strike. Smith gets the sign, delivers the pitch. That ball is strike 2, gets on the inside of the plate, and the runners advance as the ball skips away from the catcher. Two balls, 2 strikes. First base open. Smith delivers the pitch. Ball is hit to the third baseman. Third baseman has a difficult time fielding it. Kind of hit the grass and died. And the runner from third scores. And that will be a tie game now, 7-7. As that will be the 5th run of the inning for Feed the Trees. And that brings back Tony Bruggeman to hit for Feed the Trees. Runners on the corners. 2 outs. If another run comes across the plate, that will be the 6th run, and that will be the inning, as the run rule per inning is 6 runs. Smith gets the sign, fires high, ball 1. And that's a delayed steal from first base to second base. He gets there at second base. Smith throws back over to Hughes, trying to pick off the runner at third. Runner gets back in time. Closer play than that should have been. Foul ball by Bruggeman. 1 ball, 1 strike. And with 2 runners in scoring position, a hit here could give Feed the Trees its first lead of the day. And that's going to be a ball outside. Runners dancing around on the base paths, nothing going. Two balls, 1 strike. Smith readies, fires. Foul ball off of the catcher. Looks like he might have gotten Ward on the arm, though. Shaking his hand a little bit. Smith fires. Ball 3, full count to Bruggeman. With the full count, Smith delivers. And that ball is going to be high. Ball 4. Bases are loaded for Tanner Smith. And it looks like we are going to have a mound visit right now. Coach Lowe's going to come out. We're going to have a mound visit. And we're going to have a pitching change. So Smith is going to exit. And Smith threw 30 pitches, 14 strikes. Gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. Walked 2, struck out nobody. And Jaden Patterson is going to be our new pitcher, number 18 for the Rangers. And Jaden Patterson comes on with bases loaded. And as a pitcher, this is one of those situations where you don't want to come in with bases loaded and then you do it at the same time. For the simple reason that just gets your adrenaline pumping if you're the relief pitcher coming in with the bases loaded. Because it's up to you to get your team out of it. Now, when I played baseball, I had to feel sorry for the pitchers that came in after me because I always left the bases loaded. And looks like Tyler Davies is up for Feed the Trees. I'm sorry, Tanner Smith. I apologize. Tanner Smith's up, number 99. And he fouls the first offering back for strike one. No matter what happens here, Tanner Smith will be the last batter of the inning for Feed the Trees, as he will either be the third out or the 6-run rule will come into play if another run scores. Pitch gets away from the catcher, and Max Fletcher runs from third home. That will be the 6th run of the inning. The inning is over, and Feed the Trees scores 6 in that inning and now takes a lead of 8-7 over the Bluegrass Rangers. The Rangers will come up to bat in the 5th inning to try to take this lead back. Quick stats for you. Feed the Trees from Eastern, 8 runs on 6 hits with 1 error. The Bluegrass 12U Rangers, 7 runs on 7 hits with 1 error. Bluegrass has only had 1 batter to strike out. Feed the Trees has struck out 8 times. Almost approaching the 5 o'clock hour in Lexington, Kentucky, as this titanic struggle between two crosstown rivals. Feed the Trees from Eastern Little League and the Rangers from Bluegrass Little League is taking shape. And this has turned out to be a pretty good game. The Rangers took the lead early, scoring 6 in the first inning. Added 1 in the 4th for 7. Feed the Trees scored 2 in the 3rd and then added 6 in the 5th for 8. And in the bottom of the 5th, we go into this part of the inning with Feed the Trees leading 8-7. Number 13, Hank Watts will now be the pitcher for Feed the Trees. And Watts will be trying to nourish a 1-run lead here for Feed the Trees. And the attendees for both sides are watching intently as this game unfolds. Nolan Lowe steps into the batter's box to face Hank Watts. This is Lowe's third at bat of the game. 1 run on 2 hits. Watts throws the ball for his first pitch, and Lowe fouls it away. Strike 1. Watts is ready. Gathers himself on the mound, delivers the pitch. That ball is low for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Watts' next delivery too low at the knees for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Nolan Lowe. That ball is going to be inside, but not by much. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Lowe stands in it ready. The pitch, ball 3, Lowe. 3 balls, 2 strikes, that's a full count. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Watts delivers, that's going to be outside, ball 4, Lowe walks. That brings up Hayden Ward. Today, Ward went, in his previous 2 at-bats, 1 run, 1 hit, with 2 RBIs. And the first offering from Watts is ball 1 outside, and breaking news, the Detroit Tigers have pitched a no-hitter against the Toronto Blue Jays, 2-0. Ward ends up hitting that ball, and it ricochets off of the shortstop, and that will get Lowe over to third base, and because the ricochet off the shortstop went into the outfield, that will get Ward to second base. So Bluegrass now has runners on second and third, no outs, and the umpires and the coaches are checking on the condition of the shortstop. Hard to judge these balls sometimes when they get hit at you, and sometimes it's hard to field. Runners at second and third for Buckingham, who hit a grand slam in the last game against the Bluegrass Elite. And he takes that delivery from Watts and slowly fouls it off. 0-1. Buckingham getting encouragement from his coaches. This kid's got power. He showed it earlier. The second pitch is low and outside. 1-1. Watts throws the ball, and that ball is hit like a rocket to the outfield. Buckingham hits that a ways. The center fielder makes a great catch on that line drive hit in the outfield. So that will be the first out of the inning, and there's not much Buckingham could do on that one. That was well hit. He just happens to hit it directly to the center fielder. That brings us to Oakley. Oakley fouls off the first pitch. Watt delivers. That's going to be a foul ball down the third base line. Good hops right there by the coach at third base. Jump out of the way of that one. 0-2 to Oakley. Oakley's got to protect here. Got a golden opportunity to put Bluegrass back ahead. And that ball is swung, and I believe that's a foul ball. Oakley fouls that one off. Still 2 strikes on Oakley with no balls. Watts gets his sign, steadies, delivers, and that ball hits Oakley. So Oakley gets on first base with a hit by pitch. And we've got a city full of Rangers on the base paths. Bases loaded for Zakowski. And Zakowski earlier had 1 run, 1 RBI, and he struck out once. And it looks like that ball hit Zakowski. So Lowe will score as the bases were loaded. That puts Ward at third. Buckingham was the outfield fly out. Oakley at second and Zakowski at first. And this will bring up Bryce Johnson with 1 out and the bases loaded. Ball gets away from the catcher on that one. Ward will score as he has great speed. And Bluegrass takes the lead, 9-8 here in the bottom of the 5th. All the runners move up 1 base. First base is open, second, third occupied. Oakley at third, Zakowski at second. And a 1-0 count to Johnson. Johnson awaits the pitch from Watts. Watts delivers. Johnson hits a rocket foul down the first base line. 1 ball, 1 strike. That ball stays fair. Bluegrass scores 2 more. Johnson calls timeout, steps out of the batter's box, takes a couple practice swings. Umpires ready to play. Watts delivers the pitch. And Johnson hits that ball. Watts cuts his glove on it. Ends up throwing out Johnson at first base after he recovers and picks up the ball. Oakley scores from third on the play. So that will score another run for Bluegrass. It's now 10-8 here in the 5th inning with 2 outs and a runner on second. That was a great defensive play right there by Watt at the mound. And he almost caught the ball. Patterson back up. Ball 1. Patterson awaits the second pitch, and that's going to be ball 2. Watts delivers. Patterson hits that ball right in between the first and second baseman. Second baseman makes a diving play to stop the ball from going much further into the outfield. Patterson's going to get a hit out of that. Zakowski hits to third base. Runners on the corners. Brings up Smith, the leadoff hitter for the Rangers. 10-8 Rangers here in the bottom of the 5th. I suspect Patterson will make an attempt to steal second base here. And will probably get there uncontested. Patterson dances around first base, makes no effort to go. Smith watches ball 1 sail by. Ball 2 outside. Patterson still at first base. Base running rules are a little bit different. You can't steal when the ball is thrown. You have to wait until it crosses the plate in order to take off. So it makes stealing a little bit more difficult. And that's going to be strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 46-60 rules are a little bit different. The reason for that is you want to give the catcher an opportunity to try to catch the ball and throw the ball and make that play at second base. You're pretty much trying to develop your players here in this division. That's going to be a foul ball down the third base line. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 on. And Bluegrass Rangers up by 2. Whole lot of 2s going on there. Number 55, Smith, takes the next pitch, and that's going to be a ball. And Zakowski's held up at third as it gets away from the catcher. Didn't get that far, though, so he would have had a difficult play getting home. But Patterson advances to second on that passed ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes, a full count. And Smith hits that ball to second base. It bounces to the second baseman. and second baseman throws to the first baseman. Out is recorded at first base. The inning is over, but the damage is done there for Bluegrass. They score 3 in that inning, and we take the lead 10-8 as we go into the top of the 6th. Welcome back to Cardinal Run Park, Field 5, for the top of the 6th inning of this titanic struggle between Feed the Trees from Eastern, who are coming up to bat, and the Bluegrass Rangers, 12U. Jaden Patterson in for another inning of work. Going to pitch to Tanner Smith. And Tanner Smith today has struck out once at 2 at-bats. And he takes the post pitch for a ball. Patterson throws the next pitch. Down the heart of the plate. Strike 1. Ball 1, strike 1. Patterson delivers. Little high. 2 balls, 1 strike to Smith. Patterson delivers the next ball to Smith. Smith fouls that one off as it goes into the sidewalk walkway here at Cardinal Run Park on the other side of first base between fields 5 and field 2. I'm sorry, field 6. That ball is fouled off, so we're still at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tanner Smith staying alive here in a good quality at bat. If you're a coach, this is the type of at-bat you like to see from your hitters. Stay up there as long as you can, take as many pitches as you can, and Tanner Smith hits that ball directly to Lowe. Lowe can't handle the hop as it comes off of the dirt, gets away from him, goes into center field. Lowe looks a little frustrated, and he throws the ball, misses the pitcher, gets to the backstop, and Smith will end up on second base. So runner on second base, no outs. And that ball is going to be hit to first base. First baseman makes a jump and grabs that ball up in the air, runs to first base, steps on the bag. Hank Watts advances the runner, so that is going to be a sacrifice for him. And that is absolutely what you want to do in that situation when you're 10-8, is you at least want to get the runner over to third base. And Hank Watts did that successfully. One away. Patterson throws the ball, gets away from the catcher on a wild pitch. Smith is halfway home, sees that Ward's got the ball, runs back to third. Ball one. Had a whole lot going on in that play. Patterson delivers the next pitch here to number 30, Tyler Davies. And that's going to be ball two. Now, Feed the Trees is going to be careful with the base runners here. They want to be able to advance Smith home. And you don't want to really be too aggressive and get him thrown out at third base, especially with the 2-run deficit. 2 balls, 1 strike to Davies. Patterson winds up, delivers. And that's going to be 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Davies with 1 out, 1 runner on third base. And you can tell over there Smith badly wants to score. Patterson throws the ball, and that is going to be a base hit to the first base side. Nobody is covering first base for the Rangers, so everyone is safe. Smith scores. That ball's kind of hitting no man's land out there in the infield right there, as the second baseman and the first baseman converge on it. Pitcher tries to converge on it, leaves first base open. 10-9. That ball's inside. Ball one. 1 away. Top of the 6th inning. Feed the Trees down by 1. Patterson throws again, and that ball is swung at and fouled off. Owen Denning, number 6 at bat. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first. A lot of ones in that one. Patterson delivers the pitch. That's a strike down the heart of the plate. 1-2. Owen looking to put this ball in play. Patterson delivers the pitch. Owen hits it. Straight back to Patterson. Patterson's unable to come up with it. It gets by the second baseman. Ball's in the outfield. And we have 2 runners on. 2 on, 1 out. And Harbor McCauley is back, the leadoff batter for Feed the Trees from Eastern. He's got a possibility of getting an RBI here on a base hit. Patterson delivers. McCauley fouls the ball off on a bunt. Pretty good idea there to try to bunt that ball. That was something that was unexpected. Patterson. McCauley attempts to bunt again, and that fouls off to the third base side. So we have 2 strikes, and McCauley's not going to be able to bunt here and be able to foul it off again. So he will most likely swing away at this point. McCauley awaits the pitch from Patterson, and he hits the ball foul over the third base coach. 0 balls, 2 strikes. 4th pitch to Harbor McCauley. Runners on first and second. Patterson delivers outside. 1-2. Patterson delivers. McCauley gets out a little bit late on that one. Fouls it off down the third base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good quality at bat here for Harbor McCauley. Defense getting back in position after that foul ball. McCauley steps back in. Patterson gets a sign from his catcher. Winds up, delivers. And McCauley strikes out. Ball gets by the catcher. That is going to be a recorded as a drop-throwed strike. And McCauley is called out at first base. Second and third. McCauley would have been safe had he just taken off at the beginning. Oh, excuse me. What ended up happening on that situation, first base was occupied, so a drop-throw strike didn't apply. But the runners move up, second and third. 1 ball, 1 strike. Patterson winds up, delivers the pitch. Hudspeth fouls off. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners in scoring position here in the top of the 6th inning. If Hudspeth reaches base, this game is most likely tied. Hudspeth asks for time for the umpire. Umpire politely grants it. Hudspeth steps out. Now he's back in. Patterson steps off the rubber. Some signs from the coach's staff to the catcher. Patterson delivers the pitch. Hudspeth fouls it off into the protective screen. Patterson delivers. That's high. 2-2. A quality at bat here for Hudspeth. As he's looking to knock in a run. Hudspeth puts the bat on the ball, goes to the shortstop. Shortstop throws the ball. And the first baseman apparently did not have the ball in his possession as the ball came out of his glove. Hudspeth ends up safe at first base. Run scores. We have a runner now at first and third. 10-10. Hudspeth had excellent speed on that play. And he would have been out had the ball not come out of the first baseman's glove. It looks like he hit the ground and popped out. Patterson throws to Fletcher. And Fletcher hits that ball into left field. And Fletcher will get an RBI as Denning scores. Hudspeth on second. Fletcher on first. Feed the Trees takes a 1-run lead. 11-10 here in the top of the 6th with 2 outs. Graham Duncan back to bat for Feed the Trees. And Graham Duncan shows bunt. That's going to be a ball. 2 outs showing bunt. Didn't really fool anybody on that one. Patterson delivers that pitch. Duncan swings and misses. Ball 1, strike 1. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. And that ball comes back foul like a rocket towards me. The screen protects me again. So thankful for screens and technology to protect individuals from errant baseballs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And time is called as the batter steps out of the batting box. Duncan's ready now. Patterson's ready to deliver the pitch. And he does so. And that ends up being strike 3 on that situation with that breaking cove ball. But the damage is done. Feed the Trees scores 3 in the top of the 6th. Retakes the lead over Bluegrass Rangers, 11-10. Welcome back to Cardinal Run Park, Field 5 for the bottom of the 6th inning. The Rangers trail. Feed the Trees from Eastern, 11-10. And it looks like Feed the Trees will have another pitching change here for this inning. Tanner Smith, number 99, will be the new pitcher for Feed the Trees. And he will face Hughes, Lowe, and Ward in that order. Micah Hughes, this will be his 4th at bat. He's had 1 hit in this game and 1 RBI. He's had a couple of hits that have been swiped away from him because of great defensive plays by Feed the Trees. Shortstop made a leaping catch to steal 1 hit from him, and 1 hit in the outfield ended up being taken because of a diving play. But Micah's back trying to be the next base runner for Bluegrass Rangers. Hughes ready, and he rockets one back up the middle for a base hit. The ball ended up in center field. Center field didn't field it cleanly, but Hughes turns, stays at first base. Excellent hit right there by Micah Hughes. And Bluegrass has a runner on with no outs, and here comes Nolan Lowe. 2 at-bats for Lowe today, 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 walk, and the ball gets by the catcher. On the delivery from Smith, and Micah Hughes will move up to second base. Tying run on second. Lowe waits the delivery from Smith. Smith throws the ball, gets by the catcher again, and that will be another base movement by Micah Hughes as he goes to third. 2 balls, 0 strikes to Lowe. Hughes on third. That pitch is going to be a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hughes standing on third with no outs. Hughes is the tying run right now. Smith delivers. Ball is nicely scooped up by the catcher on that one, as the pitch was well outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Smith has to come back with a strike here, and Lowe knows that. As that ball is going to be up and away, and that will be ball 4. Lowe's on first. The winning run is on first, potentially. And Micah Hughes is on third. He represents the tying run. Go ahead on first, tying on third. And here is Hayden Ward. Ward has gotten 2 hits today, and he swings at a high ball and misses. 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. Ward awaits the pitch from Tanner Smith. Smith delivers. That ball is hit the third base, gets by the third baseman. Micah Hughes will score easily as the tying run, and we're locked up at 11 apiece. No outs. Runners on first and second. And here comes Hagan Buckingham. Buckingham hit a grand slam in the first game. And he fires a rocket to center field. Center fielder does not come up with it. And Nathan Lowe will come around, and he will score. And the game is over. That is the winning run. Bluegrass wins this battle over a very determined and dedicated group from Eastern Little League. Feed the Trees. Final score, Bluegrass Rangers 12U 12. Feed the Trees 11. This was a really good game to watch. Went back and forth there at the end. And Rangers ends up winning. And that will do it tonight for me. I'm Doug Barnett. Thanks for joining me. I greatly appreciate the Bluegrass Rangers Baseball Club who brought you this game today and also brought you the game against the Bowling Green Elite. And I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope that you, watching wherever you are or listening wherever you are, enjoyed it as well as I did. I'll be back tomorrow for the Bluegrass AllStars 13U team as they play the Northern Outlaws at 1:30. So please join us then on that channel. Thank you all very much. Wish you all a good evening.